this, but I think early on this tournament, particularly when we're trying to figure out what's going to be good, what's going to be bad in terms of the meta, it's fun to see some new and different heroes coming out. Same for heroes like the Venge.
Well, just IG doing similar thing as last game, just walking around the map looking for enemy lane setups. They're gonna spot, I believe, Wraith King, the Dark Willow here, so no engagements will happen here. If they do any lane swapping or not. If they leave things as current, Ice would be
30 seconds
solo pulling creep waves against a dual lane.
And that may be, I mean, you mentioned you could dual lane the Venge there, but they may just have an offlaner who does, you know, the old style of offlaning, just creep waves, and then put the Venge with the Mirana and give Mushi a better time. This is like definitely a guy who, even in the old like actual suicide lane days where you're 1v3, he managed to get a lot more out of 1v3 lanes than most of them.
Yeah.
So.
Very talented guy, that's for sure.
The
They will contest bounty runes. They might be able to get 3 actually.
Yeah.
This is actually pretty big for Mineski. Not too common to snag this, especially with the
with
Alchemist.
Alk. Yeah.
And he had Greevil's Greed.
Oh, okay.
I wish I was watching exactly what he's doing. He just bought himself 2 sets of regen. He's like, I'm ready to lane, Huskar. You can throw burning spears at me. I don't care. And he's got another 300 gold past that. That's incredible that they got all 3 bounty runes. Or 3 of them.
Normally you see Alk teamed and bounty runes, they get 1. Because you know the Alk is not there, or if he's there, he wants Greevil's Greed. And getting any bounty runes is very difficult for an Alk team.
They just seem to they just got a little outlaned, I suppose.
But he didn't get a good block, and as a result, this mid lane does not look all too fun for Moon, who is trying to just trade hits a bit early on with XXS.
And he's definitely losing more HP than what XXS is, but it'll be okay.
Mushi going to be forced to get leap here, it looks like. That is not a happy Mirana, and may still die. The curse pops a fairy fire. That'll save his life.
Are fortified.
That's so costly, actually. Jebs does have a salve, so they will be able to keep him alive, but and back up into the lane really rapidly. But Puck lost at the start there, and that's the tri-lane meta, man. So they are going to go for the 1v1 on the top lane, so that'll be Pango versus Tiny. Kind of a cool way to abuse it here. Yeah,
Undying's still up there, though. He's pulling waves from behind. I kind of like your idea, a bit where he could have gone mid here, but obviously this equilibrium tricks can really mess with a lane. Getting a wave behind the tower denies the farm, takes away XP from aggressive, and puts the lane in a much better place for the Pango. So we may just see Ninja Boogie go mid now that the lanes have been kind of swung in Pango's favor.
He has to do this, I think, because Pango's base damage is so bad. He's hitting for 50 right now.
Yeah.
Tiny hits for 70. That means he's going to get denied a lot. So I think it's more important that you pull the creep wave away like this. I think that was definitely the right move.
Tiny grabs a tree, and suddenly you're looking at stronger lasting time.
Boboka's going to die bottom, though. Maybe leaps for runs to
the stun follows you. You don't disjoint that,
I can take care of myself.
and
left
he
it to
jumped.
his death.
And a Bramble Maze, too. So he took an extra... This does 140 damage at level 1. Is that real?
Yeah.
Seriously? Holy
Numbers don't lie.
crap. I had no idea. That is an insane amount of damage.
Right in this Ninja Boogie. Stun into arrow will hit, although he is in the Shadow Realm, so he won't take any right-click damage, but he is still going to be there. In a few seconds, he pops out, but Boca getting pummeled will end up falling.
Very nice rune to get, and a quick rotation from Ninja Boogie. He'll be back on his way. Moon is not going to be happy. This could be his death. No, he'll be okay. He should survive. He's got the Fairy Fire in case it gets low. Yeah, he'll have to use it. Salve him back up. Certainly a lot of action happening so far here. And Moon is actually just going to start jungling. So,
yeah, 2 points in acid and
14 and 7 on the Huskar versus the 7 and 1 on Alk.
And Huskar's built double bracer. He's going all in on these early game stats. So
that's a cool way to deal with this. Like lower the chance that they're going to be able to score kills on you. Makes a lot of sense. And just ups his damage. Normally we see like a fast Soul Ring, but this just kind of makes more sense. I mean, you can get a double bracer for around the same cost actually. A little bit more gold. Jab's looking like he's going to die here.
yeah, I think the soaring idea is you can get like a single value point in Vitality and spam it, but double bracers gives you enough mana pool that you can come pretty close to spamming Vitality because nothing else uses mana.
Yeah, and the biggest way to lose a Huskar lane is just dying once, honestly. Like, you get this advantage and you just want to lane control. You don't want to give him anything past that. So just being more survivable with Bracer is going to make a bigger difference. And he probably gets more heal from the inner Vitality anyways. Oh, I'm muting myself.
We're testing them things, making sure the Dota TV viewers are hearing us.
Please.
Okay.
Wraith King. Go for a fast Aquila. Hope the Skellies stay alive longer. back in the off lane, it's a 10-5 for Pangolier versus the 20-5 Tiny. So at least last hit wise, it kind of looks like IG in a firm control at the moment.
Wraith King and man, surely Purge, Aquila, most broken item in Dota.
You think so?
I think I saw it was Kezu tweeting about like this item needs to be nerfed. Agi heroes aren't the ones buying it. It's strength heroes, it's int heroes. Everyone's buying Aquila.
It was nerfed though when they changed the stat thing. It gives way less armor for non-agility heroes now.
That's true.
It did get nerfed.
Indirect nerf.
But it needs to be good for Agi heroes because Agi heroes are terrible in the early game for the most part.
Yes. But I guess how do you make it so that, you know, I mean, is it even a bad thing that everyone's getting, like, strength and int heroes are getting it? It doesn't, maybe it's just not a problem.
It's like, it's like 2.5 armor or something like that right now.
Yeah, well, the other thing, it just gives so much damage, too. You get the extra plus 10 damage when you get the full Aquila, so.
It's definitely really valuable as an item. It's undeniable for sure. This is like almost a full try versus try right now. He gets hit by the bramble.
Is under attack.
Looks really bad though. Venge is very likely to go down, gets chain stun, throws one stun. They got a tomb at least, but maybe Mushi can clean up though. Gets a double Starstruck. Q's gonna fall, and Ninja Boogie gonna get a stun follow, but he's got mangoes and time.
The zombies are all over them. There's 2 on the Wraith King, 3 on the Willow. They are gonna clean up this.
Undying. Level 1 tomb, great placement. They were fighting on the low ground. It gave vision, but they didn't know where it was. That was really well played by Ninja Boogie, and that fight just looked completely over, but only person that died was the Venge on the Mineski side at least, so that was a really needed series of events. And now Mirana picks up level 5 from that. Got a 2-level advantage over this Wraith King.
Yeah, this was Mirana who wasn't CSing that amazingly well, died early on, and suddenly kind of has recovered pretty nicely here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
See, how's our Alk doing? That's one of the heroes to definitely look out for.
Dire's structures are
Run into some trouble. Baboka seems to have caught on to what's going on. Huska's, you know, conveyed. This Alk isn't laning. He's level 4. I'm level 7. He's just jungling. Jabzol immediately deward.
Hell yeah.
But we'll pay for this.
I mean, he got like 130 gold out of that.
Yep.
That's got to be worth it, right?
It's not the only ward. There's also a ward behind that tier 1 tower, which will give some info on Moon, who may even head to the even more defensive jungle further over in the left side of the map.
Also picked up an Aquila. I don't know if you called that one out.
I did not. Who doesn't have an Aquila? Does Ice? Okay, he does not. Pango's not buying one yet. Still see one.
It almost makes sense. Is there actually?
I think it does. I've seen Pango. I feel like I've seen that.
It's better. It's going to be right click a lot. It's good for like last hitting, I guess.
Huska does not have one. I actually think that would have been a fine item to go for him.
Really?
Yeah.
Surely that's the one here you skip on, right? Maybe not the one, but he does right click a lot, but he gets good armor from Armlet. I feel like even 1,000 gold out of his itemization is bad on the
It slows down your very important armlet timer.
And even after Armlet, you still need like BKB Halberd sometimes. It's like you can't. It's like random deaths and stuff like that are really hard to skip.
Oh my
Is this going to be kill? He's got to not step in the bramble. He's got to not have vision.
He's trying to juke, but he can't get out. Baboka will happily pay for his life for that one. Moon, level 5. Huska, XXS, about to hit level 8.
He did get the kill with his acid spin.
Radiant's top tower.
That's a small consolation prize, yep.
Yeah.
This is where, you know, like first pick typically kind of talked about, you know, you want to be first pick when you can. You kind of set the tempo with the draft. But the big advantage of second pick is that final 10th pick of the draft. And 2 games in a row, I feel like IG have busted something very effective out.
Well, they're going to go for a Mirana ulti. TP coming mid as well. This is where they literally bring every hero on the map that can. And I think he's not going to make it, guys. I'm not 100% just yet, but yeah, okay. They do get the kill. Ninja Boogie picks it up, level 5 for them. And that is basically what they need to do. That was 4 heroes there, and they still got 276 gold for Ninja Boogie.
Yeah, it's not even, doesn't feel that great though, particularly because Ninja Boogie gets the last hit. Because you look at Alk, he got 65 gold, 80 gold for Pango. That only really was nice for the hero getting the last hit, and that's Ninja Boogie. You're undying.
How'd they do on Bounty Runes last set? I think I missed some of those. It's been too long.
Yeah, I just see the one that Ninja Boogie picked up.
But that is the best way for Alk to catch up is last hits and Bounty Runes.
Yeah. That's, no matter how grim it kind of looks from some of these kills, I mean, Mineski actually up 7 kills to 5 thanks to that bottom lane happening. The Alk is still not getting out-farmed that horrifically right now. And now he's level 6, he's got the ultimate. He's going to start power farming the jungle, and some stacks will quickly get him on top of the net worth chart.
And then just Undyne gets his lane. He's got Tranquil Boots already, so he's pretty lane safe. So.
And they did end up dewarding the other Dire ward behind the tier 1 mid tower. So all of the Dire vision has been removed, which is crucial for a hero like Al. He needs to be able to farm safely.
And that also means that they don't have vision of enemies coming too. They're going to spot XXS here. See if they can get the kill. Oh, Ice does barely miss a cliff. This is a hard one to chase, though.
He's just trying to do some extra harass here, it looks like.
He's thinking about it. He could have probably escaped no problem. After the ulti hits, he dives away probably. But I mean, even with the Dewardian Protect, Al could also accomplish that. Huskar has occasionally here just gone to hit a neutral camp, which isn't as valuable for him. So far been pretty good. That one move from Mineski has really changed the tempo of the game a lot, it feels like.
Yep. I think looking just a whole bit safer and more secure for them. Tiny,
Radiant's
you may be happy
tower
because going for this Blink
attack.
Dagger, something you mentioned you liked a bit, and give him that earlier item timing. Shadow Blade a bit more expensive and more reliable initiation.
Fighting over this bot too. Huskar's gonna get a free bench kill though. Almost for sure. JK, she got a bounty rune, is so worth her death.
Oh yeah, Jabs is totally happy to die for that one.
They got 2 out of 4.
Yep.
Decent. Not as great as it could have been, but still.
Considering how much IG put into contesting them, yeah, you take those 2. And your Alk will continue to farm. Found some nice Golem camps. Those are the dream as an Alk. You get 6 units, all with the Grievel's Greed gold. One of the few heroes that doesn't mind killing those pesky little shard golems.
So I feel like the reason he's going Blink this game is just because there's a couple of heroes that are really crucial to kill instantly. And if they have a sentry down and they see you coming, then it kind of ruins everything. Somebody's going to get swapped. Somebody will get their like Alk ulti off. Maybe the Tombstone comes down from Undyne first. And whereas a Blink is going to allow him to like just instantly remove heroes if needed, or burst down heroes that he needs to. I feel like in some ways it's better this game.
Also see a Blink Rush on the Wraith King, as we've kind of come to expect. Definitely the norm at this point. He's done pretty well in this bottom lane.
Rotation coming top lane though, so we'll see if Aggressive can stay alive. He does have status resistance here, 30%. But with level 3 too, maybe it'll be hard.
Middle tower is under attack.
Here comes Ice with the Rolling Thunder. He wants to bring down this Tiny, looking for a clip, none nearby, which is going to cause a bit of a delay for the second stun. The Tombstone being right-clicked down, but the stuns from Ice will help keep it alive. The Terrorize hits 2 nicely, and that helps them bring down the Tomb, keep Tiny in fighting shape as Baboka will bring down Ice, save the Tiny. What a sick Willow play.
And they got a tower. They got a tower on the opposite side of the map. That was pretty much worst case scenario for Mineski.
2v3, they get a kill.
I mean, I don't think they necessarily misexecuted. Maybe they should have swapped him right away or something and gotten the Tomb. Like, they didn't drop Tomb instantly. I think they were scared to commit as hard, but they definitely needed it instantly. If they put it down and they get a little bit away from the Tiny, maybe swap the Tiny away from the Tomb as well.
Yeah.
Maybe I think they would have gotten the kill. Once the Terrorize came, it was over.
Yeah, I think it's Tomb not normally a ganking tool. Like when you're in a 3v1 gank like that, you're not like, oh, we need to use the Tomb. Get that extra bit of zombie slow. It's only became apparent later on when there was a second hero and you weren't getting the kill that you need to cast it.
He's a tanky boy, you gotta slow him down. Either way, even though that didn't go well, Alchemist is still hitting creeps. He's got power treads, he's got 3,500 gold towards his relic, and once he gets Radiant, everything's gonna accelerate a lot. In fact, he is by far the leader right now, and I don't think that's ever going to go.
Yep. 506 minutes in, he's level 4 against like a level 7 Husker, and now things have changed.
You have no right.
He's a hero that can kill these skeletons too. Unfortunately, Wraith King cannot control and stop that, so...
That's bonus gold, so...
Yeah.
It's like, what, 37 gold per Skelly, and once he gets Radiance, it's going to be even easier. He's going to be happy. Courier was the one going for the Relic, but they were hunting for it, really reading the map really well.
This is a very good Relic timing, and Moon and his team as a whole are going to be feeling pretty good about where this game is at, all things considered. The Husker counter pick working very early on in the lane, but since has not really given IG that much.
I would say it's definitely worked though. Like a normal Alchemist that goes better in lane is going to be crazy far ahead right now, so
yeah.
They can maybe grab the Wraith. Done a really good job just moving like 4 heroes around to score some of these kills. He hasn't skilled his ultimate yet, so he doesn't waste that at least. So that kill isn't as important as Mineski would have liked, but even still, another dead hero. Alchemist goes back to farm. They're doing a great job this game, just getting these little picks and getting back to farming.
That's a smart decision. For those who don't know, you can, most Wraith King players you see will hold a skill point. He actually has a skill point he can level ulti whenever he wants, but if you're going to die twice with a 200-second cooldown, definitely not worth it. Top lane, Ice almost gets the solo kill on Baboka, but gets
he might be able to get it.
not juked.
He guesses it right. Does not.
No.
He's still got another nuke. One more hit.
And it's going to be a curse round 2. So Ice, is he actually going to die for this one? Baboka, has he outplayed him? He has. Oh, Baboka. Global silence coming in mid. Going to bring down MuShi as well. And oh my, it's not just Ice. It's MuShi going down. And now the Husker Steamroll is online. Blink Dagger on Wraith King. Blink Dagger on Tiny. Armlet almost halberd on Husker. This is where you start taking towers, taking Roche. And yeah, your Alk's farming well and has a Radiance, but you're not ready to fight with him. He may be the most farmed hero and have a good timing, but he is not ready at 15 minutes.
This is pretty tough for them here. They're channeling stun. They want to get the kill. Oh, he does get the stun off at least.
He just wants the skeletons.
Boy, does he.
You can't stop this. That's the worst part about this matchup. Perhaps Alk is the hero you want to be playing more against Wraith King.
Gee, that was a lot of gold, actually.
That gold. He's going to TP to buy his Radiance.
It's finally time. All right, another clarity comes out. Now he just needs like a tanky item or two where things gets kind of scary. What would you do as a Huskar solution against Alk? As Alk, do you just get like a BKB or something?
Probably, yeah, like a third, fourth item BKB. Here comes Pango rolling and gets... Maybe tries to time that so that it ends as the Rolling Thunder ends.
Yeah, they're fighting for the bounty runes there. That's why they're committing so hard to these fights. They still get 2 bounties out of it though, so again, still going even. Losing a support, not great, but it's not.
I mean, it's all this, all the magic damage of the spears as an Alk. It's really just, BKB or not too sure what else.
I wonder if like something like a blade mill would be reasonable.
I was wondering that, but
I mean, it's magic damage you're reflecting, which isn't great, but I mean, Huskar's magic resistance is not disgusting like it used to be. I feel like you could add up.
As the smoke from IG runs right into Undying. Finds him, not the Alk. That's the hero they were hunting for and hoping for. Q has some wards he may want to get down. MuShi's going to be there to scout it though, and that's a dead silence. Don't ward right in front of it. Gets the fear though, and the brambles that fall up. MuShi does not get the kill and dies.
Takes his brains too.
Yeah, I mean, this feels like a very different story from last game. Last game, I felt like, individually, Mineski were fine. It was more like the way the team came together where there were some issues. This time around, it's Ice getting baited. MuShi getting baited. They're getting outplayed on an individual level.
It's really hard to play against these heroes, though, when they have this many Blink Daggers. Actually, Wraith King giving up on the Blink, going for a Radiance of its own. So they're going to try to offset this a little. So, I mean, he doesn't really need the Blink Dagger if Tiny has one. That's kind of the story, is that if Tiny's in the area, that's a lot of magic damage on one person with some right clicks, so they don't really need a second Blink Dagger, but the one that they have is paying off big time. And even like Huskar, you could argue, has a Blink-like ulti that he can initiate if he finds somebody that's out of position. So it's like, if Huskar's in the area and they have Tiny there, that's going to be a dead hero if they find somebody. So it just seems like Mineski's just making little mistakes here and there. That's why they're dying.
Moon has the bottom lane pinged out. His team's like, there's skeletons, go and farm these. Full 8 skellies, more going his way.
1,500 gold or something from one little wave. That's crazy.
Yep. I mean, the skeletons alone, every time he finds a camp of them is some, 300 gold or so.
Maybe another smoke prep here. They're waiting around. The fast halberd on Huskar is certainly going to help out. Good evasion, especially like the disarm against some of these heroes.
They're just smoking a Roche, although it's already been pinged out before they even started. Something Mineski probably expect to be happening. And that is a Husker game, and Arrow was going to go fishing to see what's going on. Can they dodge it? Nope, it's aggressive. Ideally, you dodge that, let it hit Roche, and finish off Roche thanks to the Arrow, but here come Mineski. Bramble Maze going to be in the way. The D-Ward from Jab's going to help this out a little bit. With the Tombstone, they may want to fight this one, but it could be too late. The Pingo in the pit is always scary, but his team couldn't get there to back him up, and as a result, it's going to be Husker picking up the Aegis, as well as the Roshan last hit for the team.
Did he not get in the pit exactly with his initiation? Is that what happened?
I didn't see the actual Roche pit itself. I was watching the 4 heroes around the Tombstone, and I saw the end of the ulti in the pit.
Definitely very messy little engagement. But I mean, I think they were just trying to. If Pango could have disrupted stealing the Aegis, that would have been huge. But either way, Alk wasn't going to show up. It's dangerous to take that fight because they're still going to have silence and Wraith King ulti and stuff. And he's got at least like 1 or 2 items before he's going to feel ready to rumble against these kind of.
We'll see. Alk's gone for this Blink Dagger, something that I feel most Alks have started doing as a part of the build, just with the ability to actually get kills with your Blink stun.
It's kind of like the old Shadowblade build, just a little bit cheaper to buy, and so definitely easier to land stuns with Blink. And by the time he gets like Octarine, even the high cooldown on Blink is not good. deal. So another solution against good against we've seen it good against Wraith King. Well, just blink dodge stuns like that.
It also synergizes with this incredibly strong level 10 talent. I think the best level 10 talent in the game, this -8 unstable concoction cooldown, is just incredible. You have almost permanent uptime on your stun once you get your Octarine core.
Well, slowing things down. They're trying to deal with that.
Here goes the blink, rolling thunder initiation, catches out 3 so far. He's bouncing around, hitting the Husker while they...
Balancer was just met instantly by Isis. That's huge play from him. That's first death. Will they see a follow-up? Yeah, they don't have to ditch this.
There's even a global silence, and they're saying, nah, can't do it.
There's no way.
He was 15 gold short of buying Radiance, unfortunately, on Wraith King, which he doesn't get to do before he dies. XXS, oh, barely TP's out. Look at Pavoka, they're going to get more. Did not expect this.
Ice will feel good about that. Okay, back here. Yeah, just tank it together, no problem, guys. Level 1 Bedlam is not what it used to be. Although...
Oh, that was a...
Was that a leg, or he was like, I'm going to die?
Maybe he actually juked them for a second.
I'm not quite sure, but either way, great fight for them. Ice was so fast that the fact that they kept the ward alive is always huge, just because the vision in a team fight makes things so easy. Like, Mineski knows instantly. We said we have a ward, we've got a tomb up there, they can't fight into this, we'll see them coming. They end up getting... Is that a quad bounty? Oh no, I'm sorry, just 2. It was the bottle one. The bottle one always makes it look way more fun than it is. But,
but that's, you know, that's worth.
Yeah, so Moon's got his Manta style finish. Nothing past that at the moment, but it will not be long until we see him finish up. Octarine core, probably a Shiva's Guard is usually the full, maybe an AC. Basically, Pango get one shot. Very, very one shot here. Invis rune, the sentry happened to be down. Maybe they saw him grab the Invis. Probably not, but yeah, he's drying on the map. Maybe they think there's a ward there, but very easy kill. And Radiance is up.
Yeah, so we'll see Wraith King playing more of the farming carry-ish role, even if it is the off-lane player from IG on the hero. Win a guarantee they have 3 heroes that can continue to scale. They are up against an Alchemist who is very farmed and could continue to be a problem, so they want to
They can maybe do a swap if they see aggressive here. I think they see him now. They have a sentry down. They just
wave him off.
Radiant's middle tower has
a little scary to take that fight. And Mirana's not really ready to fight for quite a while, actually. She's got Yasha picked up Demon Edge, going for a fast Monkey King bar. That way she can be the ranged solution against Husker. I think it's a good idea, basically. Like, sit back, just ping him, and they can kill him, even though it's magic damage. Like, they hit him reliably. He doesn't have lifesteal, so you can't stay alive very well.
Yeah, the issue more comes if he gets like a BKB, then have you got a good way to stun initiate? You kind of do. The Pango can Rolling Thunder into Blink Dagger, instantly stun him, follow up with a Avenge stun or an arrow. Unstable Concoction, you've got a Blink Dagger and out, so they can kind of stun lock this Husker, prevent his BKB coming out. And the defensive save is, well, again, there's a global, but if you've already gone in and stunned him and leapt in with Mirana, he may just die even with the global being used.
Yeah, so the game's kind of in a really tenuous position. Both of the cores on IG side are kind of similar. They're just like really high raw HP heroes, but they're kind of kiteable. They have less control, and I always find like in really late game situations, those heroes always have trouble closing games out usually. Like you can obviously do blink stunts and stuff, but I don't have a ton of faith in ultra late game Huskar Wraith King.
Oh yeah,
Tiny should be fine because he has all the status resistance, but yeah, they don't have conventional carries on the IG side, that's for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I don't really feel like these are the kind of heroes you want to go late with. Husker traditionally is that mid-game timing. Wraith King doesn't scale well, and Mineski, who are much happy to play this, you know, more slower farming-oriented game. They can always pull Ag Scepters, you know, if Alk does get 6-slotted, which happens very early on typically.
Yeah. It's a good Ags game. I mean, we talked about all these strength heroes. Undying Ags, baby. Start lowering them by 10 every cast. Probably not the first guy you go for. I'd probably do what?
It might be actually. It's I mean, they've got 3 Ags heroes who are all decent but not amazing.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it on bench. I wouldn't probably. The Mirana one's fine, good maybe, but it's not exactly like what she's going for.
Yeah, she's going like, right click and.
Yeah, so maybe this is first. I mean, it's a lot of raw HP. He won't be burstable. The K spam can be really good. He goes for cast range, so I'm kind of the impression that he will be heading that way. Like cast range with Ags is the way to go if you can get it, just so you can sit farther back and safely cast a K. Yeah, excited to see the Alk Ags coming out this game. It'll be
stands. IG have to start doing some soul searching. Do we want to try in this game fast? Do we play for the late game? Can we actually, you know, do something about this Alchemist who's just stormed ahead. He's almost double the net worth of the Husker at this point, and with no more Aegis in hand, it just doesn't feel like there's anything IG can actually do right now. They've just gone farm mode.
Yeah, and we've really seen there's a lot of similarities in what they're building. They're all buying BKBs, at least a couple of cores, just because that way they don't have to deal with stuns as much. They don't have to deal with Pango ulti. Like in a lot of ways, Pango kind of reminds me of like a Tide. It's like the team fight starts, and I know that I'm going to be disabled and stunned, and you have to deal with that. Ideally with the BKB, but if you don't have it, then you're going to be chain stunned, and maybe the right moments you can't back up your teammates. The fight just goes bad.
MuShi
Caught it.
Bottom.
Just at the end. That counts.
Finding these little pickups. When you have these slow-paced games, those will very quickly add up and nice little boosts.
So what do you think it's like when you're tiny and you have 0 agility and then you buy like a Slippers of agility? Do you think it feels like significantly different because you go from having 0 agility to 3?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Gotta be weird, right? Like all of a sudden you're better at dancing, but just a little. It's like before you didn't know dancing existed, and now you can, like, I don't know, you can sway with the music or something. You know,
you found your beat.
Yeah, something like that. He's got 35 now, so he's actually getting pretty groovy.
Feeling good.
They spot out the Wraith King, but unfortunately breaks him at the same time. Sentry goes down. It's okay, Moon gets an attempt to practice the Mantis play. Man, IG is doing such a good job against bounty runes. Like, I find it very easy in pubs to forget about this stuff, but man, these guys are on top of this.
Yeah, and you know that Alk team, every time 5 minutes is coming, he's like pinging, get runes, let's try and get 3 or 4.
Yeah, and that's the advantage of map control. If you're winning the game, Alk is so strong.
I mean, what we're seeing here is pretty even in terms of map control. There's a kind of equilibrium where Mineski controlling the top side of the map more, and IG the bottom side. That's often the case in these more even games where you're just going to split the map a bit, take control of the enemy jungle as much as possible, and farm their side of the map.
They're doing a good job with that. They have a gem, the gem on Dark Willow, allowing them to de-ward stuff, so just occasional poking, nice dodging a kill from the Tiny a moment ago, back to completing an agility item.
Willow has a BKB queued up. Moon completes his on the Alchemist.
We'll get there. Is it common to go GPM on support? I think most Dark Willows probably get GPM speed, but
imagine so. I feel like is there any GPM talents that aren't taken in Dota? DK's one at level 20 maybe. Like,
made a little bit of a Radiance mistake here for Alp. But they end up clearing it with Ice. Maybe they didn't notice. And with the Blink, I mean, all they need to do is see a hero know where he's going so that they can land the stun. Certainly follow up afterwards. The AC's ready too, so his team is just going to be a lot tankier, ready to fight.
Now, Moonlight Shadow, as the smoke's about to be wearing off, hoping that they do find some sort of engagement here.
They kind of know stuff. Not sure if they spotted the weird creep hitting mid. It's like they read the map a little. Somebody's pushing it, Skellies.
Yeah, that's a great way to push lanes safely, which is definitely a strong point of this hero. We're seeing more and more of the Wraith King, and will continue to do so, I imagine.
Dire's middle tower is under
Blink
attack.
Radiance and a Shiver's Guard queued up, not the AC.
Yeah, weird. I mean, it's cheaper, right? The item costs, I think, like.
And there's an AC on Husker coming, so you don't want to double up on that top lane. Moon, it's the BKB off, and aggressive is getting turned on here, but Moon knows he's only got a small window of invulnerability and will back off.
We'll use that advantage to just get some more. AC already on Husker. Okay, yeah. Interesting, definitely interesting pick. But Blink plus Shivas is always a really good item build. Pop the Shivas, blink in, everybody gets slowed instantly. It's nice.
Yep. Gives you a bigger mana pool, so you're definitely not worrying about it.
They do have sentries though. What's there?
Thunder being considered. Ice is gonna throw out the wave here. As Moon gets gone, he does not have a BKB. He may just be dead here. The global silence there following it up. He's gonna die here. They lose the Alchemist. Husker dies on the other side, though. Mineski still taking this fight. Reincarnation being popped in. They may just go for the second kill. SRF is just so squishy with this Radiance-only build. And even though they lose the Alk, Mineski know they have the damage output from MuShi. He doesn't have a BKB, and the fact Alk got focused meant MuShi just does so much damage in that fight.
And again, Tomb on the high ground just makes all the difference. This is like such a bad place for Dire team to engage the Radiant as a whole. Unless they have a vision advantage, but they kind of walked into that in a bit of a clump here, and that means that you're always going to be hit by more AoEs. And yes, they blew up the Alk, but that was pretty much all of their initiation, and I'm sure they got a lot of gold from that death. But
Mirana did 3.5k damage. Next highest was 2,000 from the Alchemist.
Wow.
So,
I mean, they've got Venjora, they've got Medallion, they've got Wave of Terror, they had an AC for the start. They just have so many amplifiers.
yeah. The
Alchemist,
Alchemist no BKB almost misled them there. Hold that thought as they will go for the Terrorize in the pit. Catch out 3. Ninja Boogie, he's the one getting stunned up.
doesn't get it off in time. Just
They are slowing down Roshan enough for the Husker to respawn, and Rosh is not going to go the way of Mineski. Both teams have to be very careful here. But if anything, I feel the Alk is kind of this red herring. MuShi does way more, at least single target right-click damage. Alk's 2k damage that fight was, you know, mostly this AoE Radiance Acid spray.
Yeah. I mean, especially because that's all he spent money on. He literally only has damage items. He's just now going defense.
Yeah.
Picking up a Manta. This is the new MuShi, man.
He's, yeah, 1,400 health. You hit him with a Blink Wraith Fire Blast, he will die.
I think one of the problems is, well, Huskar actually doesn't have lifesteal this game, which is pretty
yeah,
abnormal. The way that Inner Vitality works now is that if your armlet is on, you don't take damage. Like, you just sit same HP, but it doesn't heal you like it used to. They're going to go in, trying to catch somebody, and they'll find Dark Willow.
Oh, it doesn't get the Sun XXS, the Husker though, but even with the BKB, he's just melting to the right-click damage here. Moon and MuShi just pummeling him down. Ice once more, gets the Blink follow-up from the Rolling Thunder, catches Baboka once, twice with the stun. It's going to swashbuckle and get the shield crash as well. Every single spell landing from the Pango player.
This just it just feels like one of those. I mean, bad team fight aside, where they engage in the fight previous, like over by this tower, but past that, it just feels like they don't have a traditional carry as the issue. They don't have somebody that can just sit there and fight through the fight. Like, Huskar can turn his BKB on, but he's still getting -7 armor from Acid Spray, and he's still getting probably -6 armor from Wave of Terror, and there's still damage auras, and he's just dying. Like, he can't even get close to fighting these guys because, you know, he's just not going to match up as well. Until he hits 25 and does pure damage, that's great, but before then, it's just not quite thinking.
It's going to be another kill.
You never know.
Is just running.
He can maybe.
Just trying to fight. He just wanted his level 15 or saying before he died, give me my GPM talent.
True. That's a painful moment. That one. You know, if it feels like the silencer of last game now. It's like, okay, global silence is good, but as long as they get Tomb down, the fight seems won. Oh,
we're seeing it. The Ags Wraith King. It's one of those items which very rarely feels good. But a hero like Husker, I feel, takes advantage of it better than most. Okay, no Ags Wraith King yet. We'll see it in 3 minutes. 3 minutes until Wraith King Ags. You can go buy the point booster from the enemy shop if he wants to.
He was very close to. I was just waiting to finish the point booster, but that would have been a good solution. Actually, I actually really like that as an item in this game because it's a longevity problem. Okay, they can kill Huskar, but he's then going to be like, I don't know what his HP is set at when he respawns. Is he low HP? I mean, he's invulnerable technically, but
he's invulnerable.
Is he like 1 HP? You know,
I think he might be 1 HP.
If he's 1 HP, he's going to do a lot of stuff before he goes away. Like it's actually a really cool itemization in this game, with the fact that they don't have longevity on their carries. It's like, when you play against it, it's a pain in the butt. It's like, oh, I got killed because I killed this guy, but he attacked me for an extra like 7 seconds, and I couldn't do anything.
I actually have no idea, by the way. I could be totally wrong on the 1 HP thing, but in my head, I'm like, he just died. You know, he just had no health, so
yeah.
You know, his Wraith. Maybe it's considered full health because it's like invulnerable.
We'll be able to tell like right away as soon as he starts attacking.
Let's get that courier back, but he's got the point booster, so he just has to wait the minute 45. Fortunately, Mineski taking control of the map now. They've got Aegis. They're the ones who kind of first to assert their dominance and try and take control. With the gem now in their hands, things get a bit trickier for IG to play aggressively.
Silencer's online, baby, level 15.
Oh yeah.
Able to get himself a Solar Crest, put that on his Huskar maybe, a little bit more evasion. I was going to do it, I guess. Jab's even giving himself. He definitely watched OpenAI. Or Solo. Who started first? Probably Solo.
South's going.
Dire's top
tower now. MuShi just about finishing a BKB, so he's going to be covered on many bases. I don't think his biggest threat is probably like a tiny initiating chain stun into follow-up damage before he gets BKB off, but it seems like his positioning has just been great. Moon plays aggressive, stays in the front. How many points have you got me right now, Moon? You got 12.2. What? Disappointing. He did get a tower last second. That's not makes me feel better. All right, they're going high ground. Here comes.
Are they ready to defend this one? They still don't got the courier. They still don't have this Ags. Husker doesn't have his AC. It just feels like they're lacking items.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead weight in their
This 6k gold is really a bit more than that. They're going to get a perfect terrorize onto the Alchemist, and that stops him getting his BKB off. He's got the cheese beak swapped in now, but it's too late for that. Wraith King in the front lines has reincarnation. He's going to die once here, but that doesn't necessarily mean death, doom, and despair, although he's going to respawn into 5 heroes, including an arrow. That's the end of him. He melts. As the rest of IG backing off, waiting for this Wraith King to buy back and perhaps give him his second life for the cause. He's got 5 seconds until his Accept is back, but he doesn't have 5 seconds to spare. He's going to get in there now. He's going to defend. They're going to lose their Tiny as well. Aggressive is down and Moon. He falls back. He TP back in with his BKB. He's going to kill off the Husker, who actually has to buy back right away. And with the tomb down, this gets very difficult to defend top racks.
They're going to try to slow this down, but I think it was just crazy work that whole fight. All this amplification they have, and they have the lane winner and the damage amplifier Undying. 25% more damage to everybody. He just heals through every death that happens, but the Axe is up on the Wraith King at least. But now that most of their heroes are dead, it feels wrong. Like, they don't have Global Silence, it's going to be harder to initiate, they don't have Terrorize. Oh, JK, they have, oh, it's Bedlam, sorry. No Terrorize though, 15 seconds, and instantly the 2 racks falls.
This dire side just seems to really lack damage, as SRF is going to go in with the Husker. They're going to go in jabs here, just the support though, and already Wraith King very, very low in health, does have reincarnation already back up. The Bedlam on the back line, take it out, he's got no buyback. That could be devastating if they can get more out of this one. Nice Side's trying to buy them some time with the Rolling Thunder, wants to get Provoker kill, but he can't quite do it, and MuShi's being chased down by the life break, and
they know.
Oh, hits him with the fear. SRF should have a stun in a couple of seconds. The Wraith Fire Blast is going to go flying out. That's a gem, but more importantly, that's a 4th kill, and without not having buyback, they could just go straight down mid.
He might be able to get here. He's got a leap blink. No, he jumped through the bramble.
Can't blink,
so
yeah.
Very close for him to get out there. So they do end up defending. They do lose 2 racks more or less. Range Barracks still alive, but ultimately, not bad for IG. I just feel like it's probably not going to matter much.
Are they going to get anything while Alk is dead, though? Are they going to, like, 5-man down a lane? They've got Tiny top for now, but he can blink Shadowblade his way towards mid lane. And there's a DD rune. DD Tiny on the high ground. Watch out.
It's not bad. Sure.
Buyback. I think around is 28 seconds. That's that kind of awkward. Do I buy back? Do I not? I'm almost going to be alive. But even you never want to buy back when there's like 10 seconds left on your respawn timer, but sometimes the damage that can be done in that 10 seconds is, you know, a full lane of racks.
Slow things down a bit. They try to catch the Pango. Tomb goes down. This is maybe a wrong tomb here. He's got to pump some heals to keep this alive, but surely it's going to fall. Now they're going to fight
the Rolling Thunder. That'll keep it alive even longer. SRF is trying to focus it down, but he does not have any attack speed. He's asking his team, where are we, guys? SRF dies once, does have that low cooldown, but they want to kill him a second time. No, they're going to go on the Husker instead. They pull him in. No BKB coming out. He gets brought down, but there's the Accept.
Attacking fast.
Oh, yeah. He sure is, but Life Break 4, he chases MuShi back to the fountain. That's going to make this fight a little bit easier, but Mineski have bought time for Alchemist to respawn.
They're chasing, trying to find MuShi, actually leading his enemies here. Just a little too far ahead of aggressive, or maybe they're just saying go push bottom, this is the way to win. There's a dead Huskar for 80 seconds. The way they did that was great. They threw an arrow and then they swapped into it to guarantee that the Huskar got stunned instantly. He doesn't get BKB off and he can't defend himself. It's a great way to take the team fight. Ooh, they've almost got him.
Oh, they've got Dust. Nice size.
Heals him too.
Knows, always carry detection, and Tiny dead without buyback. He just bought a Heart of Trask.
Well, probably game, I guess, right?
That
racks.
That's, I mean, like you say, it kind of is game if it's racks, because that is mega creeps, and you're not really looking at that lineup that has that carry that can fight against mega creeps very well.
And that's the hero you want dead anyways. Those 2 heroes, the Huskar and the Tiny being down, is just...
They can go throne, really.
Even makes use out of this Accept on Wraith King now.
Yep. It's kind of a lot of dead weight in this dire team. Just even the Tiny's build, it lacks damage. SMY Heart going all in on the kind of health, survivability, and stats. As I feel like we've seen a lot more of this like dataless Tiny with the pure right-click damage coming out, and they just lack damage.
They did the arrow swap being really effective. Another dead hero fights back though. Fine time at least, but Boca pops his BKB. He's gonna do what he can, but the Mantis out eating all the damage. He's still alive.
This is the Wraith form. Wraith King's Axe, he's gonna die once, and yep, there goes Dark Willow's down. Wraith King will die once. He'll come back for a little bit longer as well. There's another Wraith.
Number 3. Here we go. Maybe get a jab skill. This would be a nice pickup at least. And he will grab him. Yeah.
Some star points, some fantasy points as well.
The 1v5, here comes. Alright, dead. He's only got a deal 2 now. Oh no, he's just walked away. So okay. Well,
all over indeed.
Give me that points, Moon. That's all I gotta say. I can't say I'm upset. Man, the game looks so good for IG at the start. It's like as soon as they ganked Huskar mid, is like the tempo just kind of changed, and they just elongated the game, and then they just won like a fight. It was kind of like a flip of game one. It felt like to me.
It's